If you like the content that Shei is providing on his channel here, make sure that you follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember to click the bell icon to be notified of new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Thank you for your continued support, and let's get started.
Who would have thought that as an average Dragon Ball fan, I never thought I would have mixed feelings about Dragon Ball FighterZ. What's going on, dudes and dudes? It's your boy Carson, and we are back with episode 6 of Shei's analysis. I'm sorry that this video took longer than I expected it. I was being sidetracked, and I had a lot of things going on my end as time passes. But without further ado, let's get into this. Now, I want to go over the fact is that ever since this game was launched or even announced, I thought at first this game was gonna be lit, man. It was gonna be like, oh man, all the usuals are back, and it feels like Budokai over again, man. Like, oh, the good old days. Like, don't get me wrong, man. The game came out great, and everybody loved it. But well, let me put it to you this way: there were gonna be a few jimmies. Like, pretty much, we're gonna wind up having a few jimmies coming up here. So pretty much, for the sake of this video, I'm gonna keep myself pretty much 100% real with everybody when I say that I have mixed feelings about the game when I first played it. Now, when did I exactly got this game? Well, I only had to wait to see what everybody else thought of the game before I had my chance of playing the game. It took me it took a month after the game was released to actually buy the game so that I can get my thoughts and impressions on it. First, what I did is I went through the story mode as usual, played through the superhero arc, the enemy warrior arc, and the Android 21 arc. Did as usual, beat those, and was able to pretty much test out the other fighters, as what I expected, since everybody is all here and accounted for throughout the Dragon Ball series and Dragon Ball Super. However, there was gonna be some pros and cons about this. What do I think of the pros? Well, the fact is everybody's all accounted for. You got pretty much all the iconic characters of the series, including some pretty much landmarks and everything you know about throughout the series, and all there to it. And with the inclusion of Android 21, which was drawn by yours truly, Akira Toriyama. So I'm like, man, this man is how old is now? Probably in his 60s and still drawing fun, awesome female base. But he did state before that male bodies with no problem to me, so that female bodies does take more time than male figures. So pretty much that all makes sense now. But with even that, I knew that I had to start going up into the cons. One of the cons I have about this game is that this is no ordinary Dragon Ball game. Not that I mentioned of. First of all, the fact of the matter is that I remember back when I was playing the Budokai Tenkaichi games, and it was basically pretty much like a memory down lane. I went in recently, played the original trilogy. I played Budokai's 1, 2, and 3 back during my high school days. It was pretty much cool. Well, not high school, it's most middle school and high school days. I grew up playing the Budokai games. However, recently, as some time went on when I was in college, I was experimenting with a game that was a part of the Budokai lineup called Infinite World. Now, what's different from Budokai 3 differently from that game in Budokai 3, may I ask? Well, apart from having a few mechanics added in, some taken out, including Dragon Rush, and some GT characters added in, I would keep Infinite World on my list. However, by the time I got the FighterZ, and recently, yes, I purchased the game a month afterwards, I got the season pass and was able to wait for the characters. What was the first set of characters? Well, it was Bardock and Broly. I'm like, wait, I have this in Xenoverse 2. I got these characters DLC, okay? And the fact that pretty much Bardock has a Super Saiyan form as an ultimate, like, okay, sweet, that's awesome. And Broly's Broly, what you expect, but I can't wait to see how he'll be in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. But one of the next DLC to be popped out of nowhere would be freaking Vegito Blue infused Zamasu. I'm like, oh man, this is the second time I got those two characters freaking DLC. I got those two as DLC back in 2017. That's a fucking year ago. How? I'm like, they're doing DLC again? Are you serious, man? Oh man, it's not my cup of tea. I didn't expected this. I mean, okay, I got the Xenoverse 2 DLC versions of them for free as part of the season pass. No problem. Which means I got it for free and played it. It was awesome having those characters. But now I have them in FighterZ. I'm like, again with this. And then the third DLC came out, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't expect it. When I expected base form Goku and Vegeta, I thought it would be pretty much them with their, well, Vegeta having the Saiyan armor on, like the Saiyan armor from the Cell Saga on, and pretty much Goku's clothes that he wore in Super most of the time. However, if there's one thing I've noticed is the fact that a lot of people have been kind of comparing their movesets similar, like the overall fighting style, similar to their Super Saiyan Blue counterparts and their Super Saiyan counterparts. It makes sense. They pretty much just throw in characters that the fans ask for. However, what came out of nowhere was cooler. I mean, wait, another movie villain? I'm like, okay. I mean, I've already got him in Xenoverse 2. Why in Fighters? Okay. Like, so my question to when it comes to having DLC characters, that who asked for these characters? Like, don't get me wrong, more characters, more fuel to more fuel to the fire. Like, add more fuel to keep it going. I think that's understandable. They needed to keep the fans satisfied. But what made me discerning was the fact is that ever since I played the game every now and then, I don't play it all the time. I play it every now and then whenever I have the free time. Whenever I have the free time. But there's one thing that kept me at least away from it, or pretty much put the controller down every now and often, was the game's controls. This is no ordinary, simple, like pretty much ever since the old Dragon Ball games back in the early 2000s or even the 1990s. This is a completely different game that felt like it was made for veterans of the series. And to me, as a casual Dragon Ball fan, it kinda worries me. When I started playing the game, I experimented with different characters, movesets, and pretty much super attacks and ultimates. But one of my biggest concerns was the fact is that this was going to be hard for me. I beat the story mode, and the fact that it was hard for me to pull off ultimates and even dramatic finishes that were recently added to the game. But, like I said before, variety is pretty much all there is to it. But however, I don't know what lies ahead for fighters. As of now, I have put the game down numerous times. Does this mean I hate the game? No. I'm just very concerned that I did not expect to have mixed feelings about this. The controls feels kinda in between in how I play it. Like I said before, I recently got started back in the Dragon Ball fandom. Just to give you guys a bit of a side story, I stepped out of the Dragon Ball fandom by the time Raging Blast 2 was released. I basically stopped playing Dragon Ball games by the time I was a freshman in high school. Yes, it's an extreme bold claim that I was a huge Dragon Ball fan, but as time passes, it started to fade away. But not completely. I kept a low profile when it comes to the Dragon Ball fandom and pretty much everything Dragon Ball related in total. But by the time Battle of Gods came out, I'm like, oh wait, they're making a new movie, okay? Then they popped out with a sequel, Red Rising F, and I'm like, okay. They decided to keep going, like the man himself decided to get back into the Dragon Ball seat after all these years. I thought he was done with Dragon Ball, but no, he wants to return to the Dragon Ball seat and pretty much do what he does. Be Toriyama, nothing else, nothing more. And now he's got a third movie, which is the first Dragon Ball Super movie called Broly. Yeah, they're making Broly, and his father Paraga is freaking canon now. And what's even more is that for Xenoverse 2's DLC 8 is freaking Broly from Super. They're bringing him from the movie to the game. Like, wow, Xenoverse 2 is already on the works already, damn. And it was data mined. I'm like, are you serious? They're gonna have this? Holy crap, this is weird. But what made even more interesting, the reason that I put down the controller numerous times from fighters and continue my quest to Xenoverse 2 was that the data mine shows that Broly isn't the only one that's entering the Xenoverse 2 scene. Gogeta. I'm like, wait, what do you mean Gogeta? I mean, we already got Super Gogeta and fucking Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. What else could there be? Unless, oh man, it can't be. There's no way it can't be. Can it be? Is it Gogeta Blue? I mean, I'm only speculating and only pretty much in theories, because there is no way, like, people are already jumping on the rumor train, pretty much the hype train, rumor trains, and pretty much theorizing and speculating that Gogeta is going to be canon. Like, originally he was from Fusion Reborn, but he was only a movie like Fusion, made for the movie. But now that they're thinking about it, how is Toriyama going to approach this? Like, Gogeta? Like, if I recall, rap artist Snoop Dogg's favorite Dragon Ball character is Gogeta. I'm not gonna lie to you. This was pretty much confirmed by him. But seeing a fusion character from a movie about to be canon from Goku and Vegeta, it basically got people asking questions, making theory videos, especially Unrelenting Gaming and other Dragon Ball YouTubers, which means that something big is going to happen in Xenoverse 2. The producer himself saying they're going to continue making more DLCs. So far, DLC 7 and 8 are on their minds. DLC 7 has released Baby and Kefla, which means that, holy crap, I could finally make my pretty much who would win, Goku Black or fucking Baby Vegeta. If you have not done that already, go make your Goku Black versus Baby Vegeta videos. That would be awesome. Now, Kefla was one character I did not expect to be in Xenoverse 2. I thought it would be Kale and Khalifa, but decided to give their fusion form a shot. However, it was found out that pretty much Don M. Bennett, that pretty much the voice actor for, I think, Kale or Khalifa, I think Khalifa would be freaking much Don Burnett would be the official voice actor for Khalifa. Because I've known her as pretty much Lilac from Freedom Plan. I mean, they just managed to grab anybody these days to make sure to get to fill in the voids. But I didn't mind it. So pretty much it was good to have both Kale and Khalifa pretty much finally English voiced, and it's more of a test for when Universal Survival Tournament gets dubbed. So without further ado, I want to try to point out my overall thoughts on FighterZ. Look, I don't hate the game, it's just the fact is that as time passes, I put the controller down from this game, apart from Super controls, and the fact of the matter is that, well, I know I haven't really talked about much of it. Like, the stages are all there. Like, it's pretty much your let me just put it to you. It's basically your Dragon Ball stages. Pretty much your city stages, your wasteland stages, Namek stages, pretty much your space stages, any of those, and mountain stages. That's pretty much all there's to it. But it's odd that since that 21, like Android 21, has pretty much got a fan base, so I can't complain. But it'll be odd if she winds up in Xenoverse 2, because I'm still pissed that the fact is that I didn't get her costume because it's region locked, which sucks. But, like I said before, it doesn't really matter anymore, so let's keep it at a low fly. Like, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on FighterZ as a whole, at its current state, in terms of updates and everything, because, like I said before, I played FighterZ less. I don't hate the game. I repeat, I don't hate the game. I just dabble in and out every now and then as a casual Dragon Ball fan. Xenoverse got me hooked because of the concepts of having my own CACs and parallel quests and pretty much my own scenarios. Like I said, they pretty much brought everything they can. Dibs is doing everything they can, and System Artworks is doing their part and just adding to the Dragon Ball roster of games. But with the upcoming Super Broly movie, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes peeled to know what's coming next. But without further ado, I want to give you guys my overall thoughts. Like, it's pretty much my overall impressions, my thoughts, and pretty much my experience with FighterZ as months passed by. It passed by through spring, it went through the summer, and now that we're in fall of 2018, I can say now, by the end of September, not only will we be getting cooler, but the 8th Warrior. Who would it be? Who will be the 8th added to the roster, and that the Season Pass will be complete. Like I said before, what do I think of buying the game? Well, I'm going to become 100% with you. I regret buying the game, just because of the fact that Xenoverse 2 is still going with DLCs and updates. I regret the purchase. That's pretty much $100. That's $60 plus the season pass, which is $40. That's fucking ridiculous. But it's time to end the video. If you like, make sure you comment, subscribe, and share the video. And give your thoughts on if you prefer FighterZ as your game or not. Remember, this is coming from a Dragon Ball casual fan. Without further ado, I would like to end off this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.